What up, boys, and welcome back to yet another video. So I'm currently doing this mini series right here on YouTube after some requests from you guys, and that is like running the raids and basically talking about why people are running them, what you could potentially get, and of course how to farm them. So in today's video, we are going to look at the raid SUNWELL and talk a bit about why people are actually farming it. So before we do that, I do want to say a big thank you to everyone that has subscribed to the YouTube channel lately, and of course everyone that stayed a subscriber, because we're like 5,000 subs off 90k, which is insane. So I really do appreciate it. And also, big thank you to everyone that has picked up and showed me support on buying the 0 to 10 million gold guide. I can't wait to keep on updating this book for Dragonflight. So if you already bought the book, don't worry. You will get every single future update for Dragonflight and the pre-patch for free sent to your mail. And the same goes for everyone buying it right now. If you buy it now, you get every single future update for free, for life. So big thanks for that. But yeah, SUNWELL. SUNWELL is a TBC raid located right here in Isle of Keldonas, which there's a portal to in the middle of Shatrat City. Now, why would you farm SUNWELL? It doesn't seem like an obvious gold farm. I'm going to show you guys how I run it. And while I do that, I'm going to talk a bit about why people are running it. And is it really even worth running? So SUNWELL, you want to kill the trash naturally, because whenever you're dealing with a raid or a heroic dungeon, you will get like locked to that dungeon whenever you kill a boss. Luckily, SUNWELL has a pretty decent density of mobs before the first boss, so you can clear the dungeon pretty easily and get a lot of kills before you need to run out and reset the dungeon before going back in. So one of the reasons why people are farming SUNWELL, and probably the best reason to farm SUNWELL, is because the raid has a bunch of these BOP like patterns and plants that can drop. So everyone that's doing crafted transmog should run SUNWELL, because the patterns and plants that drops inside of SUNWELL are specifically only dropping in SUNWELL, and there's a lot of them, and there's like patterns and plans for each profession. So you don't have to have blacksmithing on the tune in order to get blacksmithing BOP drops. However, if you have tailoring and leatherworking and you get a blacksmithing pattern or plan, it's kind of useless, right? So it's very frustrating trying to get these plans and patterns, because let's say you miss one leatherworking pattern, you bet your ass that you're going to get the tailoring, the engineering, and the blacksmithing patterns and recipes instead. But I always recommend people, before even buying a world drop plan and pattern, you should always run for the BOP patterns and plans first, because you never know. You could be running SUNWELL and hunting for the BOP patterns and plans, and while you're at it, you get the BOE ones, or some of them as well. So always do these BOP farms to begin with, even though they can be quite tricky to get. But then again, it's RNG. So that's a big reason to why people are running SUNWELL, is to get those plants and patterns. And while they're at it, there's still a chance of making gold, right? Because as I mentioned, there's still the possibility of getting TBC world drop plants and patterns, right? So those can net you a good amount of gold, or you could use them yourself. But you can also get TBC transmog items, the epics, which can be quite valuable. And similar to Black Temple, you will also get epic gems. Now, these can be sold uncut, but they will sell for way more if you actually cut them into a gem. People buy these for like their time walking sets. If they want to do the mage tower, they're doing it. And there's also BOP designs and schematics like these that drops in SUNWELL that are BOE, but still specific to the raid. Like you can see, like these schematics right here, horrible sell rate, but they will eventually sell. And this is the loot from, well, since I did loot on this run, this is the loot from 11 runs. The amount of gems that I got, which is, the gems alone is above 10,000 gold. And then there's well, it depends on how much you sell it for, but this is like 12k. This is well, 50k on my realm if it sells for that price. And then you have this one, which is 7.7k on my realm. Not bad for like not even 30 minutes of work, because what you just witnessed was the entire route. Now, there's life hacks inside of this dungeon. If you can't jump down from Sunwell, like right here to get to the beginning, right? But if you play, let's say, a Warlock, it is it is possible to place the gate down here, and then you can just port down. Same with a Monk. But if you play a Druid, like you should, and you probably are, you can just dream walk out at this point, because the next boss is literally up on this bridge. So you don't want to kill him, as you will get saved. But you can port out, then you reset the dungeon, and you just port right back in. And then it's just rinse and repeat. You can run it like that constantly. On a note, though, if you would really want to try hard and min-max the amount of mobs you're killing, it is possible to run past the first boss and kill a couple of more mobs, right? I don't typically do that, though. I just do the route that you guys just saw me do in Sunwell, and that is pretty much it. So, yeah, that's pretty much why, the only reasons why people are running Sunwell. So, to sum it all up, you should do it, like, if we're talking, like, if it's actually worth doing. I think Sunwell is worth doing if you're missing the BOP plans and patterns, because I've sold some of those bugs for hundreds of thousands of gold. They're quite expensive to craft. But it's worth to run it on all of your tunes, your crafting tunes that are missing the BOP plans and patterns. And then you can also make some gold on world drop transmog plans and patterns, and also the gems. So if you have a dual crafting tune that can cut these gems, it's also worth it. Or if you just need some variety, you feel lucky, you feel like you might get yourself a world drop epic, then sure, be my guest. I farmed it plenty of times without doing it on a tune for the BOP plans and patterns, just because I like to change things up a little bit, and I love RNG, so having a chance at getting those spicy world drop transmog items is great, because a lot of them are very good. Like if you search up Blade of the Wizardry, for instance, let's see, that's over 200,000 gold easily. And then you have the singing, let's see, Singing Crystal War Axe at like 500,000 right now in my realm, but this is a very good weapon. It sells easily. Then you also got stuff like Staff of Natural Fury as well. It's not as good, but it will sell. There's a bunch of these items, and of course there's plans like the Fell Steel Longblade, like the plan for this one right here, which is there we go, like Black Fell Steel Bracers, Fell Steel Longblade. Like, these are some very expensive items that can drop inside of Sunwell. But that is it for today's video. So if you guys have any suggestions on what raids that I should feature next in this series, please let me know in the comment section down below. And once again, big thank you to everyone that has subscribed to the channel, and to the people, of course, who supports me by picking up the 0 to 10 million gold guide. It means a ton to me. Boys, thanks for watching. I will see all of you guys back in at tomorrow's video. But until then, bye-bye.